Hey folks, rinimt here, and welcome back to Pivot of Hearts. We got to meet a few of our people last time. Got to meet Kawa and Wen, and we went to karaoke. And now we're waking up on the day of a Castles Champions campaign. Ugh. I'm not sure what woke me up, the persistent headache, the dryness in my throat, or the sunlight shining through the window, as I clearly forgot to close the drapes last night. Sitting up, I noticed that Drunk Wen was smart enough to leave a glass full of water on my night table. Good job, Drunk Wen. Grabbed the glass and gulped it down faster than the beers I had last night. Ah, that's right. I embarrassed myself in public singing that lame-ass Sartenacio song. The memory makes me want to crawl back under the covers. As some relief sets in from hydrating myself even slightly, I recalled I wasn't alone then. Right, Kawa backed me up there. I made it a lot less terrible. I guess it wasn't all bad. He's a pretty cool dude, and we gotta talk a lot about warriors of the horoscope. Wait, I didn't... Bring my hands to my forehead as a new pang of pain hits me along with the memories of reenacting that famous ice attack pose. Guess I really did get carried away. How did I even get home? I vaguely remember stumbling to the bus stop with Kawa's help. Wait, are buses even running? What time was that? And wasn't I the one helping him keep his balance at that point? It's so fuzzy. It's a miracle I didn't miss my stop. As I mentally retraced my steps, I grabbed my phone to check the time. 10:15. And a few messages too. Let's see. Keyboard spam. Dang, he was doing worse than me. Next. I made it home alive, man. Alright, we exchanged numbers. He must have thought I died. Somehow, barely. Think for a moment and add. You? Okay, next. Morning, Wen! Rise and shine! Don't be late today! Or you will face my wrath. Like hell I would. I do need to get out of bed soon if I want to have enough time to eat, shower, and show up to the RPG session looking like a human being. You wish. Better have that fancy onion snack I love waiting for me. And sent. I drag myself out of bed and get ready to face the day. The day has finally come. Time to smack some evil creatures and eat lots of junk food. Today, I play Castles and Champions at Barbara's. Like every good millennial, she still lives with her parents. In her case, it's a very convenient apartment near the subway. It took me only half an hour to get here, which is a miracle in this city. I remember coming here when we were in high school. She often called us over to play some Super Blast Bros after class. Looking back, I wish I had spent more time playing with friends and studying. And here I am. Boy, this brings back memories. I step closer to the gates and type her apartment number into the electronic panel. Beep. Beep. A few seconds later, Barbara's familiar voice comes out of a small speaker on the panel. Hello? Is this the place where they're hiring adventurers? Wen, your cringy attacks always look critical on me. Come up. Gate buzzes and unlocks, allowing me to push it open and walk into the building. I go straight to the elevator and eagerly await for my new adventure. Hey, long time no see. A green-haired Barbara greets me at the door. As expected, her hair color is always different from what you remember. Last time it was blue, I think? Green it is, huh? Not for too long, though. Enjoy while you can. Am I the first one to arrive? Yep, as always, the serious guy. But actually, the other two players arrived while you were coming up. They should be here soon. Oh, that's right. Anyone I know? Only one. Don't worry. It's not your ex. Barbara smirks, but that's such an old story that I don't even care anymore. Good call. For a moment, I feel like I'm being watched. From the corner of my eye, I spot a small, furry face cropping up behind a turn down the corner. It's a black cat. I didn't remember Barbara having any pets. Whoa, is that cat yours? Did you finally make a pact and become a magical girl? Luna! Oh, hey Luna, there you are! Don't worry, she's very shy. She probably won't come near us. I've always been a magical girl, she adds, winking at me. Oh, really? I could use a fluffy cat to warm my heart, though. Unfortunately, as soon as Luna notices me looking at her, she jolts back into hiding. So long, little friend. That's when another familiar voice calls out from behind me. Oi! Anyone home? Till my head, trying to remember, where do I know that voice from? Wait, is that? Turn around to face the person coming into the house. Is that you, Andre? To my surprise, a friend I haven't seen in ages is standing in front of me. Oh my god, it's Zuko? It's been so long. It has! I haven't heard from you since high school. I didn't have much time back then. Yeah, right. Oh, she knows. Her tone tells me so. Hey, don't lay me out of the loop here. Flashy guy is standing behind Atsuko. He has long, platinum blonde hair and edgy dark clothes. This is Sigurd. We're in the band together. He sings and I drum. Sigurd? Wow, that's an unusual name. It's a glorious name bestowed only upon those fated to unrivaled of victory. Actually, his real name is Ronaldo, but he really likes to be called Sigurd. It is but a lesser name which falls short of my gracefulness. That's right. I remember Atsuko used to play in a band back in high school, too. So these two are playing Castles and Champions with us. Let me guess, Sigurd, you're gonna be the party's bard, aren't you? A bard? I can play a bard? Why didn't you tell me earlier, Atsuko? That's definitely the one I'm playing. Well, both Win and Atsuko are Castles and Champions veterans, so bear with me while I walk Sigurd through the basics. I'll leave through the character options in the meantime. Sigurd's a bard, though. I suppose a tank is a good choice. If we have a support and a tank, it will be... I'll be happy as a dumbest little weaver. Noticing my mouth is full of my favorite prize, Onionito snack is getting in the way. I quickly raise an apologetic hand and finish munching them down. Sorry, I meant a support and tank in the party already. I don't mind being a damage dealer. To me, you're still speaking in tongues, snack or no snack. What, Natsuko? Tone the gamer jargon down. Sorry. Can't help but glance at each other as we speak at the same time. Guess we were too excited. Tabletop role-playing games, or simply TTRPGs, can be very daunting for newcomers after all. I don't want to overwhelm Sigurd and turn him off. That's fine. I know you're super excited to play my game, as you should. Now, Sigurd, let's start with the basics. Barbara goes on to explain the general premise of TTRPGs. In summary, someone acts as the game master, a mixture of narrator and arbiter, then other players what their characters see and hear. Then these players explain what they want their characters to do. The game master narrates what happens after that, and the cycle repeats on and on and on. That's it. It's a fun kind of game because you get to be and do things you never could be in real life. Explore worlds of fantasy and adventure as a gamer and game developer. I really dig this. Except, as I said, it's not that simple of a game. Wait, what do I need a perception skill for? Skill measures how good you are at noticing things around you. It comes up a lot with avoiding ambushes, for example. Oh, there are almost 20 of these skill things. I will remember which is used for what. Don't worry, most times you just need to tell me what you want to do, and I choose the skill you need. Q&A goes on for a while. Atsuko and I chip in to help Barbara from time to time as well. Being a singer in a powerful metal band, Sigurd is very familiar with fantasy tropes, which helps a lot. Okay, I think I've got the gist of it. Trust you guys will help me fill in the gaps. I'll probably understand better as we play. That's right, you can count on us. Great! Now before we move on to character building, which I know you two are too eager to do, let's discuss the setting and premise of the campaign. I'll let go of the already half-filled character sheet in front of me, showing my empty hands in the air to comply with the order to cease and desist. Glancing at Atsuko's character sheet, I realized she was indeed guilty of the same crime as me. Since Sigurd is a newcomer, I think we can hear what kind of game he would like to play. Sounds like a plan. Me? Well, there's this metal song I really like. It's about two kingdoms at war, and all the horrors left after each battle. Does that sound too heavy? Very straightforward and easy to remember. That's a good premise. We can discuss how gruesome we want the world to be. Give me an idea. Do you have anything you want to add? I want a world filled with magic everywhere. I want to achieve goals by... I want a world filled with magic everywhere. Definitely prefer high fantasy settings. I'd like magic not to be so rare and forgotten in the story, if that's okay. That's fine, as long as you don't start asking for magic items at every corner turn, like in that dragon-themed campaign we played. I learned my lesson, don't worry. Woohoo! I'm ready to get creative in this adventure. I can feel the inspiration surging inside me. As for me, I'm okay with a war between two rival kingdoms, but I think it would be more interesting if there was a twist to it. We don't need to know it from the start, though. A twist? I don't know. I just don't want to be stuck having to serve one side or the other, you know? I want to make my own decisions. So what kind of decision? I trust you to surprise me, Barbara. No problem. I'm on it. We discuss a few minor details of the setting and then finally get to pick our characters. I have to admit, the concept I had for my character needed a couple of tweaks to fit into the campaign, but I like how it turned out. Same here. Since Sigurd is set on being a bard, a support class, I'll go with a good old fighter, a frontline class. Perfect, because I feel like consuming chaos from afar. I'll be playing a warlock, an edgy spellcaster that made a pact with the patron to gain power and purpose. Great, so we have a flashy dude, big sword out, and edgelord magical boy. Hey, as you two have already filled most of your character sheets, you can help me explain the most important bard spells to Sigurd. We spend the last hour of our session finishing our character sheets and then reinforcing game rules with Sigurd whenever he's unsure. Same time, I try my best to lose the title of edgelord magical boy to no avail. My deep knowledge of Castles and Champions lore is nothing compared to Barbara's shenanigans. Phew, that was a lot to take in. No, our characters are done. How do we start playing? Actually, we're not playing anymore today. That's what we call a session 0. Yeah, told you about this, remember? It's that important session where we agree on our expectations for the campaign. Oh, right. After all, we just told Barbara about the kind of campaign we want to play. She still has to prepare the first adventure. Makes sense. I guess preparing an adventure must take a lot of time. It does, but it's super worth it. We start gathering our things to go home. It's a shame, though. I want to talk to Itsuko. I realized that after all these years, I don't have her number anymore. Should I ask for a phone number? Would that be too weird? Yeah, let's do it. Hey Itsuko? Yeah? We haven't talked in so long. Can I, message you? I don't think I have your number anymore. Of course! I want to chat with you, too. Get my phone and Itsuko recites her number. Let me add you. Yo. I quickly send her a little sticker to save her the trouble. That's a cute one. Hey. Before the sticker sharing goes on for too long, Barbara calls us to talk about something. Up until now, I've been talking to you individually, which is a pain in the ass. How do we start a group chat? Oh, nice going, Barbara. I'm in. Me too. Let's go. After exchanging numbers and creating the group chat, we go our separate ways. Tuesday. It's Tuesday again, but something feels different. If I had to put my finger on it, I'd say I'm lighter than usual. Usually getting up, walking through the street, and entering the studio takes a reasonable amount of effort. Today, I barely thought of it. Instead, I kept remembering the Castles Champions session, how I met friends from so long ago. I mean, Barbara is always pestering me or flooding my chat apps with memes, but it's nice to see and hear her. But Zuko's a different story. We barely talked in the last decade, which is a real shame since we used to hang out almost every other day back in high school. Forgot how tuned we always were. It's like not a single day passed and we just went back to talking and saying or rushing create characters to complement each other. That was very refreshing. Guess I was kind of lonely these days. Or months. Or years. Anyway, back to work. What was I doing again? Whoa, what is that? Is that normal? What is? Look at my screen where Healing Quest is running to test a new monster. However, what was supposed to be a cute mushroom creature looks more like a convulsing mess of pixels. Alright, maybe I was feeling too late. How did this happen under my watch? Yeah, this is very much not okay. I assume that was supposed to be the new mushroom monster, right? It's a barely recognizable. You can see parts of the original sprite, but they are cut and shred in all the wrong places. Pretty much. I stared at it for a while, trying to understand if there was an underlying pattern or if it was just pure chaos. Think either the animation I scripted is wrong, or the sprite sheet is severely misaligned. And if this Kawa is surprised. Exactly! You have a good eye for this. Nah, I just saw it happen before. Wait, look. When the glitch mushroom monster stops moving for a while and its animation suddenly looks normal again. What? Why? Only lasts for a few seconds and goes back to throwing a tantrum. Oh wait, I see. It's the attack animation! That's the only character action that's not glitching. The animation is working, but not the others. Walking, staggering, waiting. These are probably all broken except for the attacking frames. Yeah, which means... it's a problem in the sprite sheet! We exchange quick glances and allows synchronous. Heh. Can you open it? Sure, just a sec. Close the game and rummage through the engine interface to find the newly added assets for the mushroom monster. After clicking on it and letting it fill the screen in front of us, the culprit behind the bug reveals itself. Kawa, however, is confused. Oh, doesn't look normal. The frames seem aligned. They probably are, but that's not the issue. Being the one who programmed the animation used by all monsters, it was easy to see the problem here. It's not how each frame is done, but the fact that there are too many frames. Look, the attack animation is the shortest. What do you mean? Oh, I see. The game expects each animation to have a fixed number of frames, but only attack animation follows the restriction. Yep. Which means, as soon as I start that sentence, I realize that this is partly my fault. Actually, given I've been doing this for a handful of years, it is probably mostly my fault. Which means the artist who made this sprite sheet failed to follow the format you specified. I grimace and swallow my pride. Knowing when to admit your own shortcomings and lack of communication with the team is an important part of making games. No, they probably just didn't know about the restriction. Close the mushroom monster sprite sheet and open another containing a hideous stick character animation sheet done by yours truly. When we started doing monsters, I showed the artist this template and told them the monster sprite sheets had to fit this format. The sheet contains sample animations using my very poor art skills. My rationale was that the artist would only ever draw sprites using the exact same number of frames I showed them. I thought showing was the best way to explain it and didn't even consider the possibility that they might want to create longer or shorter animations. I see, it makes sense. I also felt too restricted by how our RPG creator fixed the number of frames I could use to animate my characters. It's naturally important to vary the sprites and make each of them feel unique. I hadn't thought of that. Then again, I'm a programmer, not an artist. How should I have known? Maybe if we had a lead artist to voice the artist's concerns back then. Now what? How are we going to fix this? Indeed, how? This affects both programmers and artists, since changing how the animation works to fit the sprite sheet could impact all other animations. Well then we will ask the programmers to make the animation system more flexible. I wish I had your insight back then, Kawa. It might be a little late, but I'll ask the programmers to rework the animation system, even though I had to do most of it myself. Nice, man. This allows to make much richer sprites for the game. You won't regret it. And with that, the issue was closed. Thanks for the help, Kawa. Spotting that the attack animation was the only one working would have taken a long time. No, it's nothing, man. See you around. Make sure to buy him a beer in this Friday's happy hour. Much as I'm tired of hearing the product manager go on and on about how expanding the studio is great, I have to admit that having solid people like Kawa around is a great comfort. Around here, for a long time, I was the one people counted on. Now I finally get to have someone I can count on too. Man, thank God we figured out that bug today. Changing things now is a bit of a hassle, but God knows how much art and code would be redone if we only realized this later on. Feel reassured having Kawa on my team. Being able to calmly handle sudden problems like that is a sign of experience. I wonder what kind of stuff he's done before. If I'm not mistaken, while everyone was hoarding Kawa on this first week, they mentioned a game he worked on before? Yeah, Nap Time Scare. Guess I'll check it out. Type the name into the search engine and quickly find the studio's page. Pixel art is really nice. It looks childhood and at the same time gives a game with a simple concept of creepy edge. It seems to be a puzzle game about turning off the lights in several rooms before going to bed. The animation of the character jumping into bed is endearing. Guess I'll download and have a go later. I scroll through the rest of the page and sure enough, Kawa's name is on the credits. Kawa Reyes da Costa. Kind of impressive name when you see it like that. Maybe I'll look him up, see what else he's posted. Never mind. On the game's info page, a link leads to Kawa's portfolio. Good. As soon as I click, I'm greeted by his many colorful creations. Posts quite often, yet every piece looks lovingly crafted. Keep scrolling, do a double take at a small animation. Is that a Warriors of the Hope gif? Pixel sprite of the famous dragon attack moves smoothly and the character is recognizable even in the simplified state. No wonder Kawa performed it so convincingly at the bar. I'm hypnotized for several moments. Really lucked out getting Kawa into our studio. His art is great, he's good at teamwork, and he's an all-around cool dude. Keep scrolling around to something familiar again. Fan art of a cleric from Twilight of the Gods Online, an MMORPG that was pretty popular about a decade ago. I sure played it a lot in middle and high school. Wonder if the servers still work. Be fun to roam in those forests again, fight some monsters with a party. Maybe Kawa would be cool with joining too. Seems like he played it back in the day. And again, it might be worth to ask him about that out of the blue. He'd know I looked through his portfolio. But it's just his art site. Isn't it fine? It's not like I look for his personal blog or anything. Does he even have one? The hell, Win, chill! I just thought of myself before going too far. Why am I getting carried away stalking my coworker anyway? Gather myself inside to just take a quick look around Kawa's about page. Has a picture of a cute dog. So he's a dog person. I may not look it, but I really like animals. They're nice. Unfortunately, I never had pets. Hope I'll be able to at least get along with Luna if I keep going to those RPG sessions every week. Looking at the clock, I realized I spent way more time than I originally planned on this online investigation. I better sleep. Switch off the light and the pixel art from Naptime Scare springs into my sleepy brain. Work never seems to end. I frantically type lines and lines of code, but no matter how many times I run the game, the same bug still happens. Run my eyes through the code once again and scratch my head. Should I just fix this part? As I edit the end of the command, I notice a strange activity on the other lines. Are my eyes playing tricks on me? I rub them and stare at the screen again. Sure enough, words are disappearing and being written all over the wall of text. Not only that, but the letters and numbers are joyfully dancing all over the screen. Drag my fingers down my face in desperation. What the fuck? Hey, Wen! Project Manager slams the door open and steps into my room. How's it going, Wen? Isn't it great to work on games we love? So, everything is set for the big launch tomorrow. The what? Tomorrow? Didn't you see the schedule? What's happening to your computer? I don't know, it's been acting since— Ah! Forget about self-editing code. There's slime coming out of the corners of my monitor. What kind of stuff you been downloading? Must have got a virus. What kind of virus? Apparently I can't even finish a single sentence because the slime has broken through my screen and invaded my room. Not just any slime, though. It's the fearsome queen, Slime, in all her glory, sliming up the whole room. Ah! Chico and I rush out the door and into the workroom. Wait, since when is my room connected to the office? No time to think about that, though. We have to contain the slime! I say we, but Chico's nowhere to be seen. I'm on my own, trying to hold the door closed and stop the queen from getting into the office. And she's freaking strong! Put all my weight against the door, but it's futile. Slime starts seeping through the gaps. Hey, boy! Have courage! Oh. I look up to see a familiar black cat sitting all prim and proper atop a desk. Luna! Where's your owner? No time for this, when only you can defeat the monster! How? You must access the power that resides within you. Can you be more specific? Yeah! Queen Slime is still pushing towards the door, and by the sizzling sound, she's starting to dissolve it with her acid. There's no time, so quick reading will have to suffice. Huh? I'm not sure how, but Luna produces a pile of playing cards and selects 3 of them, arranging them side by side. Turn the cards over. Still pressing against the door, I reach towards the cards and quickly flip them over. It looks strangely familiar. These cards represent from left to right, past, present, and future. Queen Slime is not giving up. I only have time to explain one. Which do you choose? Past. Queen of Spades. You've run away from the duel before, haven't you? There was something you couldn't face. Someone you couldn't face. That does ring a bell. You refused to draw your own blade, but that in turn may have caused more suffering. Back then, that was the best you could do, but you are wiser now. Pierce through the noise and confusion and arrive at the truth. Okay, that was enlightening, I guess. Now what? Now raise your arm and repeat after me, magical boy, when Jean. Download! Download? Right in front of me emits a bright light and a cheerful tune starts playing. I'm suddenly engulfed by colorful light. It feels like I'm no longer in this world, but in a sparkly, faraway galaxy. It's only lasts a few moments and I'm right back at the office trying to stop the Queen Slime from unleashing destruction. Not everything's the same though. I'm not sure what I was wearing before, but surely it was not these short shorts, thigh-high socks, and goofy hat. Crash. Okay, priorities. Queen Slime broke in. Gah! Luna and I step away from the enormous pile of goo that moves faster than one would expect. Queen Slime gives chase and I'm forced to run through the rows of desks. Luna, watch out! Watch out yourself! Queen Slime mercilessly shoots acid in my direction. I dodge it by less than a centimeter. Excuse me. Use your power. How am I supposed to do that? She won't stop attacking! Also, what power? Keep running and dodging as best I can, but the office isn't that big and I'm soon cornered by the queen. This is it, I guess. Backed up against the wall, all I can do is close my eyes as I feel the deadly goo drawing closer and closer. Slosh. Expecting this sweet embrace of death, I open my eyes to see that the slime has suffered a direct attack from none other than Kawa. I don't know what's more impressive, how he paralyzed the enemy or the fact that he did it while dressed quite extravagantly. Kawa! Come on, Win. I won't be able to hold it back for much longer. Seems to be struggling to use his own magical power to keep the Queen Slime in place. Now, Win! Attack! Attack?! What attack?! Quick, Win! Quick! Fine! Diamond Dust! Curse the one attack that comes to mind straight out of Warriors of the Horoscope. Once again, I'm balancing myself on one leg and waving my arms about in front of Kawa. Except this time, ice crystals are actually forming and fly towards the immobilized monster. I keep at it for a little while until I'm losing balance and Queen Slime seems to be safely frozen in place. Did it work? For now, yes. Nice one, Win. I knew we could do it together. He once again extends a friendly fist my way. Jeez, if you hadn't shown up, I'd send my hand to complete the fist bump, but can't help but notice the silky glove I'm wearing. I can feel the blood rushing to my face, despite Kawa being similarly dressed and not seeming to give it a second thought. Luna, how do I change back to normal? Meow? This outfit! I need to change! Where did my regular clothes go? This is your armor, this is your armor. Kawa is also dressed for battle. He doesn't seem to mind it. Yeah, alright, but I don't want to be a magical boy! I blurt out and feel the childishness of my words sinking in. And a strong wind blows into the room from one of the open windows. I turn to look in that direction and see a strangely familiar silhouette climbing in. I hoped you'd at least be honest. Wait, you're... Beep, beep, beep. Laying in the back of my room, covered in cold sweat and tangled with my sheets. What the heck? That was quite a dream. I get a feeling that I'm close to remembering something important. Ian? Well, we'll leave it at that. Oh, that was some excitement going on. Oh, what just happened? But we had Magical Boy win. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, consider tossing a like, comment, subscribe, and maybe click the bell for notifications. Also be sure to check out the description below, various links, social media, Discord. Come hang out, get notifications there as well. And until next time, this is rinimt signing out. Bye!